The smell of warm fries drifted across the small cafe, wrapping itself around the woman who sat at the corner table. Her hair was tied back in a messy bun, her clothes clean but old, and her eyes carried the tired softness of someone who had been fighting too many silent battles. Beside her stood a little girl, no more than 6, her tiny hands gripping the edge of the table as she peeked up at the tall man eating alone. The man, Arav Knight, looked like any other customer from a distance. His black hoodie, worn jeans, and a simple cap made him blend in. No one here knew his real identity. No one could guess that he was the billionaire CEO of Knight Industries, one of the biggest conglomerates in the country. He had come here today to escape the polished glass walls of his office, to breathe in an ordinary moment like a normal man. He didn't expect anyone to approach him. He didn't expect kindness. And he definitely didn't expect the question that changed everything. The little girl tugged at her mother's sleeve. "Mama, I'm hungry." "I know, baby, I know," the woman whispered, her voice trembling almost invisibly. She had only enough money for one tea. No meals. No extras. She had walked around the city all day searching for a job. Any job, but doors closed on her again and again. She sat in the cafe just to rest her daughter's feet. She prayed her little girl wouldn't notice other people's food. But she did. The girl's eyes landed on the man's fries. Golden, steaming, delicious. The mother felt her heart drop. She had taught her daughter never to ask strangers for anything. But hunger breaks rules that dignity tries so hard to protect. Before the mother could stop her, the girl walked up to the man. "Can we share your fries, sir?" The mother's face burned with embarrassment. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for her to bother you. Please, sweetheart, come here." Arav looked up slowly. He expected annoyance to rise inside him, but instead, something else stirred, something he hadn't felt in years. A memory. A small version of himself, hungry, cold, standing at a street corner with nothing in his pockets. A kind woman offering him half her bread when she didn't have enough for herself. He blinked, pulling himself back. The little girl stared at him with wide, innocent eyes. Not begging, just hopeful. The mother looked like she wanted to disappear. Arav softened. "You want to share?" The girl nodded shyly. He smiled. "Then sit down. Both of you." No, the mother said quickly. "Please, I didn't mean to impose." "We're fine, ma'am," he said gently, "it's just fries. And no child should stare at food like that." Her lips quivered, and for a moment she looked like she might cry. She nodded slowly and guided her daughter into the chair. The fries weren't enough, so he ordered a full meal for both of them, a grilled chicken sandwich for the mother, a small burger for the child, and extra fries for them to share. The mother tried to protest, but he raised a hand calmly. "Please, just let me do this." When the food arrived, the little girl giggled happily. "Thank you, sir. You're very kind." The mother watched her daughter eat like she hadn't eaten in days. Arav felt something heavy lift inside him. It was strange, but comforting. He noticed the mother didn't eat right away. "You don't like sandwiches?" he asked. She shook her head. "It's not that. I'm not very hungry." But her eyes betrayed her. She was starving. He slid the plate closer. "You haven't eaten today, have you?" She hesitated. "Mothers always eat last." "Not today," he said quietly. She finally took a bite. Her eyes fluttered shut. For the first time in days, she tasted something filling, something warm. Arav wondered how long she had been struggling. "So, what's your name?" he asked. "Lena," she said softly. "And this is my daughter, Noor." He smiled at the little girl. "Nice to meet you, Noor." The girl grinned, her face messy with ketchup. "Do you have kids too?" Arav froze. The question hit deeper than expected. The mother gently scolded her daughter, but he shook his head. "No, I don't. But I used to want a family." He didn't say the rest, that life had become nothing but boardrooms, deadlines, and empty penthouses. That he had lost the woman he loved years ago. That everything after that felt meaningless. Lena wiped her daughter's face, her hands trembling slightly. Arav noticed. "You're going through something," he said gently. "If you don't mind me asking." She hesitated. But something in his voice, something genuine, made her open up. "I lost my job 2 months ago," she said quietly. I've been applying everywhere, but no one wants a single mother with a child. We were evicted last week. I'm staying at a relative's place for now, but we can't stay long. She swallowed hard, fighting tears. I don't want my daughter to suffer. I just need one chance. One job. Anything. Arav felt his chest tighten. He had met hundreds of people in his life, investors, partners, millionaires, manipulators. But today, this simple woman's honesty hit harder than anything else. He leaned forward. What kind of work did you do before? I was a receptionist, she said. And I used to manage small office tasks. Scheduling, customer service, whatever was needed. He nodded. His company needed people like her all the time. He considered telling her right away who he was. But something stopped him. He didn't want her to feel pressured or overwhelmed. He wanted to help her without frightening her with his identity. So he asked a different question. Do you have your resume? She frowned. Not with me. Do you have it, at home? It's on my phone, she said. Show me. She hesitated again but handed him the phone. Arav scrolled through it carefully. It was simple but honest. She had experience. Discipline. A clear work history. She had potential. He looked up. What if I told you, I know someone who might hire you? Her breath caught. Really? Yes, he said with a soft smile. Really? Just trust me. She nodded slowly, her hope like a fragile flame struggling to stay alive. Before they left, he paid the bill discreetly. The mother didn't even notice until she asked for the check and the waiter pointed at him. She turned to him. You didn't have to. I know. But I wanted to. She lowered her head. Thank you. I'll never forget this. Arav walked them outside. The city lights reflected in the puddles on the ground, painting the night with flickers of gold. Noor suddenly reached up and took his hand. You're a good man, she said with childlike certainty. Arav blinked, stunned. It had been a long time since anyone had called him that. He knelt in front of her. Thank you, Noor. That means a lot. The mother watched in silence, touched deeply. They exchanged numbers, and Arav promised to call her the next day. When they left, he sat inside his car for a long moment, staring at the contact saved in his phone. He thought of her eyes, tired, but resilient. Strong. Determined. The kind of strength money could never buy. He couldn't sleep that night. He kept thinking about her. Not out of pity, but out of admiration. Her courage. Her softness. Her kindness even when the world was cruel. The next morning, he made a decision. He would give her a job. Not a charity position. A real one. One she deserved. He called his HR director. I have a candidate. I want her interviewed today. And I want it fair. No pushing, no bias. Just give her a real chance. Yes, sir, Aur replied. Arav smiled. She wouldn't know he had set things up. She would only know that she finally earned an opportunity. When Lena entered the skyscraper later that afternoon, she froze. The building was enormous, shining like something out of a dream. She walked inside nervously, clutching her purse. At the front desk, the receptionist smiled warmly. You must be Lena. We've been expecting you. Her heart raced. Expecting me? Yes, the receptionist said brightly. Mr. Knight personally approved your interview. Mr. Knight. She didn't know the name. She had never followed Billionaire news. She didn't know she had just shared fries with the man whose name was on the building. She was guided to a conference room where two managers interviewed her professionally and kindly. She answered honestly, confidently, and with sincerity. At the end, one of them smiled. We'll get back to you soon. She thanked them and walked out, her stomach twisting with nervous hope. She didn't know that Arav watched everything from the security room, a warm smile tugging at his lips. She had done better than he expected. Later that evening, Lena received a call. Hello. She answered breathlessly. Is this Lena? A woman said. Yes. Congratulations. You've been selected. You start Monday. Her hand covered her mouth. She burst into tears. I got the job. Yes. Welcome to Knight Industries. She sank to the floor, unable to breathe properly through her tears. Noor hugged her, worried at first, then excited when she realized her mother was crying from happiness. Arav texted her a simple message. I knew you could do it. She replied, thank you. I can't express what this means to us. He wrote back, "You deserve better than the world has given you. I'm just glad I was there yesterday." Days passed, and Lena started working at the company. She proved herself capable, smart, and reliable. Everyone liked her, not because of sympathy, but because she was genuinely good at her job. Arav visited the floor occasionally, pretending it was routine. In truth, he wanted to check on her. Every time he saw her smile, something warm stirred in his chest. One evening, when most employees had left, he found her standing by the window looking at the sunset. She turned when she heard him. "Sir, I didn't see you there. You're working late," he said. "I wanted to finish everything properly," she replied. He hesitated, then asked softly, "How's Noor?" Her face brightened. "She's doing well. She keeps asking when she can see you again." His heart fluttered in a way he didn't expect. "Maybe, soon," he said. She smiled, and silence stretched between them, soft, warm, meaningful. "Sir," she said suddenly, "I still don't know how to thank you." "You already did," he replied. "How?" "By trusting me." She looked down shyly. "Can I ask you something?" "Of course." "Why were you alone that day, at the cafe?" His chest tightened. For once, he didn't hide. "Because even billionaires feel lonely sometimes." She blinked. "You're a, what?" He sighed softly. "I'm Arav Knight. This company is mine." She stared at him, stunned. Her mouth parted in shock. "I shared fries, with a billionaire." He laughed gently. "Best fries I've had." She covered her face. "Oh my God, I'm so sorry if I said anything wrong that day." "You said nothing wrong," he said firmly. "You spoke with honesty. You spoke with heart. That's something rare in my world." She looked up, her eyes shining with new understanding. "You helped me," she whispered. "When you didn't have to." He stepped closer. "Lena, sometimes the people we meet by accident are the ones we're meant to meet." She felt her breath hitch. The room suddenly felt smaller. Warmer. He took a small breath. "Would you like to have dinner with me and Noor sometime?" Her eyes widened. "You want to meet her again?" He nodded softly. "I liked her. And I'd like to know you better too." She smiled, a smile bright enough to outshine all the city lights. "I'd like that," she said. And for the first time in years, Arav didn't feel like a lonely billionaire. He felt like a man who had finally found something real, accidentally, unexpectedly, beautifully, over a simple plate of fries.